everybody. Hello, happy Friday. Let's see, take our stories down. It's 10:30, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome back to Stories with Sunny. We're going to talk about sharks and octopi and animal sounds today. So hopefully everybody's got their voice warmed up a little bit. You guys are gonna have to make some animal sounds with me. So let's all go ahead, get our ears turned on, get our fingers ready to work. We're not gonna use them for the first book, but we're gonna use them for the second two today. Okay, so my first book today is for my friend, Miss Elizabeth, and she lives in Rock Springs, Wyoming, so she lives here in town, and she requested animal sounds books. So I found one called Do Cows Meow? Do you guys know Do Cows Meow? Is that the sound they make? Do you guys think you could help me figure out what sounds all the different animals in this book make today? I sure hope so, because sometimes I get confused and I forget a little bit. So, do cows meow? Do sheep tango? Do sheep cha-cha? All I know is sheep go, what's a sheep say? Bah! Bah! Do ducks cluck? Do ducks clack? All I know is ducks go quack, quack. Do frogs sew? Do frogs knit? All I know is frogs go, what's a frog say, guys? Ribbit, ribbit. See, what's he eating? Is that a fly? Would you like to eat a fly for lunch today? I think I'd rather have a hamburger. What about you? Do cats spin? Do cats bow? All I know is cats go meow, meow. Do pigs shout? Do pigs point? All I know is pigs go oink, oink. Here it is. Do cows sing? Do cows coo? All I know is cows go, what's a cow say? Moo, moo. Do horses paint? Do horses play? All I know is horses go, come on, do it with me, guys. Neigh. What's a horse say? Neigh. Do mice hide? Do mice seek? All I know is mice go squeak, squeak. I hear animals all around. Let's find out who's making that sound. Okay. This is going to take two hands for me to open, guys. This is a pretty big one. So let's look. Can you guys make the sound of a frog for me? See, ribbit, ribbit. What about a cow? Does the cow go meow? No. Does the cow go moo? There you go. So thank you, Miss Elizabeth, for suggesting that book. I see Thad and Wyatt are on. Thad, I've got a book for you coming up here in just a few minutes. Okay, so hands ready. I want you to take one hand and kind of wiggle your fingers. The other hand's just going to sit right on top of it. You're going to wiggle your fingers like this. And that, in American Sign Language, is how we say octopus. And as I have gotten older, octopi have become my favorite animals. I think they're really cool. They're very smart, and there's so many different kinds of them. What are your favorite animals? You guys want to leave a comment and let me know what your favorite animal is? I'm reading this book. It's called Hello, My Name Is, for one of my friends who works here at the library. Her name is Constance, and she does the Create with Constance program that hopefully you guys are watching and following along with. But Constance loves adorable creatures, and there is nothing more adorable than this little guy. So every time I read it, it makes me think of her. It's called Hello, My Name Is. You guys see him up here? See our little guy? I love his ears. That's my favorite part of this little octopus. Early one morning, when all the fish were tucked away a new creature arrived in the deep sea tank. He was very tiny, with great big eyes and 8 little tentacles. There had never been a creature quite like him. "Good morning," said the friendly new creature. The other fish stirred with a start. "Ooh, a new friend," said the Yeti crab. "Look how small you are," said the anglerfish. "I wonder what they'll call you." She turned on her light to inspect the new resident. "Call me?" said the creature, looking confused. "Well, everyone here has a name. I use this hook to attract little fish like an angler does, so I'm called anglerfish. I see him. I can change my shape and color, so I'm called mimic octopus," said an octopus, the color of the coral behind her. A fish with wide smile showed his long, sharp teeth and said, "I'm Fangtooth. Can you guess why?" "And that's Six-gill shark, because he has 6 gills he uses for breathing," said anglerfish. "Howdy, partner. What's your name?" said the shark, flipping his fin. The new guy concentrated as hard as he could, but he couldn't change his color like mimic octopus. He opened his mouth as wide as it would go, but he could not find one single tooth. He took a deep breath, but when he exhaled, he only had 2 gills. "What will my name be?" "I can't do any of that either," said an orange and white striped fish. "But I have bright stripes like a painted clown, so they call me clownfish. I glow bright white like the moon, so I'm known as the moon jelly," said the glamorous jellyfish as she stretched her tentacles. "Wow," said the new creature, "you are all so incredible." "That's giant squid. She's huge and powerful. I'd swim clear of her if I were you," whispered anglerfish. The new creature swam by the squid as quietly as he could. As more fish gathered around, the new guy grew more and more uncertain about what his name could be. "I don't have bright stripes or look like the moon, and I'm definitely not giant. What will I be called?" Just then, he had an idea. "Watch this," he said, jumping off a high coral. He gently floated down to the bottom. "I am an excellent parachute." Then he wove in and out of the sea plants, and I was the best steerer in my old neighborhood. They could call me Parachute Steerfish. "That's a mouthful," said Fangtooth with a grin. The new creature grew quiet. What could his name possibly be? Just then, a scientist appeared outside the tank. "How are you doing in your new home, Adorabilis?" "Adorabilis!" everyone exclaimed with excitement. "You are adorable," said the clownfish. "Adorabilis is the perfect name," agreed the anglerfish. "I don't know. He looks more like a bob to me," said the shark. "That's it. That's my name." He tried it out. "My name is Adorabilis, and it's very nice to meet you." Okay, so here's my favorite thing about the Adorabilis. I'm going to show you a picture of him. That is him in real life. And he is part of a group of octopi known as flapjack octopuses. And it's because when they are out in the wild and they feel threatened, they squish themselves down to be completely flat on the ocean floor, just like a pancake. So I don't know if he's my favorite octopus ever, but he's definitely in the running. How could you not love those little ears? Isn't he great? So Miss Constance, I hope that didn't make you cry too much, but I do hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, every time I read that book, it makes me think about you. Oh, hey Susan, how's it going today? I don't have a book for you today, sorry. You'll have to request another one. All right, so my last book. Everybody put your hand just like this. Put it right on top of your head. because you're going to be a shark. That's how we say shark in American Sign Language. And my buddy from Denver, Colorado, Thad, asked for this book, Clark the Shark. I think it's pretty fun, and it works really well since we just read another book about the ocean. So Clark the Shark. Let's get a little bit so you guys can see. In all the wild blue sea, in all the wild blue world, the top school for fish was Theodore Roosterfish Elementary. And of all the fish at Theodore Roosterfish, the biggest and strongest was Clark the Shark. Clark loved school, and he loved his teacher, Mrs. Inky Dink. He loved to play upsy-downsy and spin-a-majig with his friends. Clark loved life. School is awesome, shouted Clark the Shark. Less shouting, more reading, said Mrs. Inky Dink. Lunchtime is sweet, yelled Clark the Shark. Munch your own lunch, said his friend, Joey Mackerel. Recess rocks, bellowed Clark the Shark. You are playing too rough, Clark, cried the other kids. Yes, Clark loved his life with all of his sharky heart, but he loved everything way too much. He was too loud. He was too wild. He was just too much shark for the other fish to handle. After a while, no one would play with Clark. No one ate lunch with him. No one sat with him at circle time. Even his best friend, Joey Mackerel, said, "Cool your jets, Clark. You're making me crazy." One day, Clark asked Mrs. Inky Dink, "What's wrong with everyone?" Mrs. Inky Dink patted his fin. "Clark, sometimes you play too hard. Sometimes you munch too hard. And gosh, sometimes you even help too hard." "But life is so exciting," said Clark. "There's a time and place for everything," said Mrs. Inky Dink. "And sometimes the rule is stay cool." At recess, Clark tried to stay cool, but he pushed the swing with too much zing. "Sorry," said Clark. "I forgot." "Yikes," said Joey Mackerel. At lunch, Clark tried to stay cool, but everything smelled so good that he munched a bunch of lunches. "Sorry," said Clark. "I forgot." "We're starving," said his friends. In class, Clark tried to stay cool, but a good book got him all shook up. I know that problem. "Now, Clark," said Mrs. Inky Dink, "this isn't the time or place. What's the rule?" "Stay cool," said Clark. "Hey, that rhymes," he cried. Then Clark got a big idea in his sharky head. "Maybe if I make a rhyme, I'll remember every time." The next day, he put his plan to work. In class, when lessons got exciting, Clark wanted to bounce out of his seats. Instead, he told himself, "When the teacher's talking, don't go walking." And do you know what? It worked. "Attaboy, Clark," said Mrs. Inky Dink. Clark smiled. Lessons are fun. At lunch, everything smelled so yummy. When Clark wanted to eat and eat and eat and never stop, he told himself, "Only munch your own lunch." And it worked again. "Way to go, Clark," said his friends. Clark grinned. "Lunch is fun." At playtime, Clark told himself, "Easy does it, that's the way. Then my friends will let me play." And playtime was fun. Once more, Clark loved his life. But then a shadow fell across the playground. A ginormous shadow with tentacles galore. "It's a new kid and he looks scary," cried Joey Mackerel. "Swim for your lives." The squid squashed the slide, snapped off the swings. "Oops, my bad," said the new kid. "Wait," said Clark. He just wants to play. Let's find a way. And he swam at the new kid with all of his might. Clark played harder than he ever had before. Upsy-downsy, spin-a-majig. Why, he even made up a new game, Tail-wumpa-lumpus. Wow, that was fun, said the new kid breathlessly as he settled down. If you want to come to school, you gotta stay cool, said Clark. That's right, Clark, said Mrs. Inky Dink. And thanks for taking care of our new classmate, Sid the Squid. Hooray for Clark the Shark! Everyone cheered. That night, Clark's mother asked, "What did you learn at school, dear?" "There's a time and place for everything," Clark said. "Sometimes you stay cool. But sometimes a shark's gotta do what a shark's gotta do." See him playing with his brother? Do you guys ever have to do that? Be cool and relaxed at school, but when you get to come home, you get to play a little bit? I think that's kind of fun. It's a good way to relax at the end of the day. So thank you, Thad, for that great recommendation. Clark's pretty awesome. All right, guys, so that's all I've got for you today. Make sure to tune in next week for our story times and toddler times, reading with Mr. Aaron, create with Constance. A little birdie has told me that she is doing Harry Potter Mythical Beasts next week, so I'm pretty excited for that. And then I will be back here on Friday with you guys for more Stories with Sunny. So have a good one, stay safe, and we'll see you on the other side. Bye.